Hello, scholars. Today we're going to take a look at lowest common multiple, otherwise known as LCM. Let's take a look at this how-to explanation. Divide both numbers on the top right by a common prime factor on the left to create two new numbers on the next level of the table. Repeat this step with the next two numbers. When there are no more common prime factors, the table is complete. For LCM, multiply your prime factors and your last pair of multiples on the completed table. So we're going to take a look at the example here. And what this is describing is a strategy called prime division. And we're going to use a prime division table to help us eventually find the lowest common multiple. Today we're going to be asked to find the lowest common multiple of 56 and 42. Now the first step before we can actually find the lowest common multiple is filling out this prime division table to make our job efficient and successful. So the first step we want to do is think about a prime factor here that will divide 56 and 42 evenly. If you chose 7 or 2, you're absolutely right. In this case, I'm going to start with 7. Now at this point we're going to do our first level of division. 56 divided by 7 is 8. And 42 divided by 7 is 6. We have now created our second level of the table, and we're going to repeat the steps. So which prime factor here can divide 8 and 6 evenly? Now the prime factor we had left to use was the 2, so now it's 2's turn. Now we can do our second level of division. 8 divided by 2 is, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now we have a third level, and we're asked to do the same step again. Will a prime factor divide 4 and 3 evenly? If your answer is no, right on. None of the prime factors will divide 4 and 3 evenly. So this table is done. Now we can use the table to find our lowest common multiple. It says here, multiply your prime factors and your last pair of multiples. It makes an L shape. So here are our prime factors. And here's our last pair of multiples, which we couldn't break down any further. And look at the shape they make. They make an L shape. And L stands for lowest common multiple. So here we go. We're going to multiply the factors we see in the L shape. 7, 2, 4, and 3. Now remember, if done correctly, this corner will never be used, and it'll always say something like finished or done, or you might put a little check mark or a star or anything to show you that you have finished this table, okay? And now we're ready to multiply. So this looks like 14 times 12, which I've solved, but now I'm going to give you a second to choose your favorite multiplication strategy and solve on your own. Alright, so our final product for 7 times 2 times 4 times 3 is 168. And to wrap things up, we can now finish this statement. The lowest common multiple of 56 and 42 is 168. I hope you can get out there and do some prime division to help you find lowest common multiple, and just practice this table because its uses span beyond finding the lowest common multiple. You can use this strategy for factorization, for finding your greatest common factor, and in the future for finding your lowest common denominator and for simplifying fractions. Check you next time. Take care.